Hi there you guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Bryndís, and in this first video of mine I'm going to be doing a clothing declutter. That is, I'm going through my wardrobe, my dresser, and also the clothing that I've been keeping in my storage, and just kind of getting rid of things that I don't need or don't want. So this is my wardrobe. As you can see, it's not that big, and I'm quite organized and determined to not let it get too out of hand. And I was showing you there my system with my hangers. So I will hang them like the wrong way in, out, or wrong way in, or like backwards. And then after a few months, if there are still clothing there that are the wrong way, then those are clothing that I haven't really used for a while, and I can probably get rid of them. So here I'm just going through everything and just kind of trying to determine what I like and I'm gonna keep and what I might get rid of. And as I said, I don't keep a lot of clothes. I do this on a regular basis, so I don't really keep a lot of clothing in my wardrobe that I'm not using on the regular. So this was quite something that was quite easy and fast for me to do. The hard things come later on. But so the reason I've decided to start this YouTube channel and am going through all of my belongings, actually, that is the plan, to go through my entire apartment, is because I'm trying really hard to kind of gain more intention in my life. I live a very fast-paced professional life. I work in academia, where there are like constant time pressure, and you need to be producing and writing and presenting and all these things. So I'm really trying to bring some slow living into my personal life. And I think one part of that is definitely to only own things that actually bring me joy, or at least for the most part bring me joy, or that I can actually use. So that's kind of the rationale behind my declutter. This is not a cleaning video, or I'm not doing a proper deep clean, but I thought since I had emptied out the closet or the wardrobe, I might just as well give it a wipe down. It was quite dusty and definitely in need of a clean, so good thing that I was able to do that time. There was a little bit of a yeah, I can see there it was quite dirty there, but there was a little bit of a chip in one of the shelves that I was hoping that I would be able to turn it around, but the other side of the shelf was just wasn't white, like it didn't have the white strip, so I couldn't do that. But anyway, nobody sees it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But here, yeah, I'm just doing a very, very quick wipe down of the wardrobe, and now I'm going into my dresser. So these are, here I keep like my underwear, my socks, tank tops, bras, and things like that. And those are things that I keep, like I go through this very regularly. So there were very few things there that I didn't want or didn't need. And yeah, so it was quite quick going through that drawer. I was just taking out some woolen or like thermo underwear that I use in the winter for different things. But apart from that, everything there was just pretty well organized and in the right place. This drawer was basically empty. I had a night visitor for a few weeks, and she was using that drawer, so I hadn't really taken it back into my own use. And then here we have all of my activity wear, like my exercise clothing for the gym, my running clothing, hiking, and things like that. So I did not want to get rid of really anything in this drawer, because these are all things that I'm using on the regular basis, and I have invested quite a lot of money in good quality or relatively good quality gym wear and running leggings and things like that. So there was definitely nothing there I wanted to get rid of. I think basically I just needed to do a little bit of a tidy. So after I had kind of tidied up a little bit in that bottom drawer, I just decided to give the middle drawer a little bit of a wipe down, just very, very fast. And then I'm basically just going to be putting all of that exercise wear, just kind of haphazardly, I don't know if that is the word, into that middle drawer. Like I'm not really doing a very, like I'm not organizing really that well. I was just going through all the, to making 100% sure I wanted to keep all of these things. And then I'm just kind of shoving them into that drawer. And then I will then do a proper like organization later on. So the next step was to go over these containers that had been in my wardrobe. So I'm just here quickly going over my belts. I don't own that many belts, so they just fit into that little box basket thing that's there, and just putting that away. And I was tempted to just kind of shove it in there anyway, but then I figured, no, let me do it properly. So I took the belt out again and tried to like tie it up so it would look a little bit more orderly and tidy in there. Next one is my swimwear. And again, I didn't get rid of anything in my swimwear. I just own like bikinis and swimsuit and tankinis, my goggles there, and things that I use when I go swimming, like for different occasions. So there was nothing there that I wanted to get rid of. And then there's a big stretch from Mario. So that's Mario, one of my two cats. He is a 10-year-old orange tabby, as you can see. Gorgeous big boy, very grumpy and definitely a diva, but absolutely a wonderful little cat for sure. And then after I'd finished with the swimwear, I went over my kind of pajama bottoms and my kind of sweatpants or like loungewear, kind of clothing that I wear kind of at home. As you may maybe notice, I fold my clothes using the KonMari method. I really find so that you like put them in your drawers or on your shelf, like in this kind of filing position. It makes it so very easy to see what is in the drawers and find what you're looking for. And I've been doing this for a few years. I think I discovered the KonMari method in 2018, maybe, possibly, maybe 19. I don't remember exactly. So that's I've been folding all my clothes like that ever since, and I'm never going back because it makes it just so super simple to find everything and to have this great oversight over what you actually have in your drawers, as I said. In this box or basket, I had just a ridiculous amount of, or what it felt like at least, as a ridiculous amount of stuff. And as I'm getting distracted there by Mario, I'm just kind of gonna go over everything that I see there. These are basically leggings, tights, and like thin leggings, like tight like leggings, and some thicker socks that I've basically just kind of thrown in there with no idea of how to, like, where to put them, or how to organize them. Obviously, some of this mess that I had created was because I had given up one of the drawers in my dresser for my guest. So obviously, I needed to put things somewhere, so I had just thrown them in there. But here I am really trying to kind of organize things and trying to figure out how I can actually do this and find the things that I need when I need them. So now the task was to organize my dresser and try to figure out how to fit everything into these, basically these two drawers that I have there for my kind of pants and leggings, and then for my exercise or activity wear. And it is a struggle for sure. Like, I live in a very small apartment. I only have this dresser and that wardrobe to keep my clothes in. So obviously, it means that I cannot potentially own all the clothing that I maybe would like. I need to be kind of mindful and intentional with all the things that I have, so that I will be able to fit it into my drawers. Because I know that, and one of the things that causes me kind of stress, or even anxiety, is when I have too much stuff that I don't know what to do with. It's not a good feeling for me. And it's tricky to try to figure out what is too much and what is enough. Like, I find that line somewhere there between there. And we live obviously in a kind of a culture of just buying and owning things, and often our success is measured by everything that we own. But I was pretty happy with how I managed to organize this drawer, as you can see. Gave it a thumbs up, and feel that I can find everything that I need. But now we go into my activity wear drawer, and here I had already gone through it, as I said, and I didn't really have much to declutter from it. A couple of socks I think I got rid of. But so now my job was just to, like, fold everything, and as you can see, I'm using the KonMari method, just to fold everything and put it in its place, so that it's convenient for me to get the clothing that I need for the type of exercise I am doing. And this helps me to just kind of stay motivated. I can see it's so easy for me to just go and get dressed and go in for a run, or go to CrossFit, or go hiking, or whatever it is that I am doing, and I definitely want to do more of in the future. And so I'm just using all these little cubes and stuff that I have from IKEA to kind of organize my things. And I think the last thing that I was putting in there were my long sleeve shirts that I use obviously in the winter for running and hiking and skiing. But to be honest, I live in Iceland and we need these type of clothing all year round. And the last thing were my hiking pants. So yeah, I was pretty happy with how this drawer ended up, and I was actually very happy with how the entire dresser uh, ended up. It was very tidy and organized, and super simple for me to find everything I could possibly need in it. In the top one, I just have my like underwear and socks and everything like that. Here in the middle one, I have my exercise or activity wear, and I haven't kind of I've finally been able to kind of just completely organize it and make it so that it's easy to find what I need, which is going to help me to obviously go exercise. So that's looking very organized and lovely. And then here in the bottom drawer, I put all my pants and like below the belt wear. So now my dresser is looking so nice. So here I'm just going back into my wardrobe and I'm putting some of my extra bedding and linen stuff into these boxes and towels and things like that. And then I decided to take down my hoodie and my sweatshirts and instead of having them hanging, I would just put them into that box there just to kind of make a little bit more room in the wardrobe. So I'm very happy to see this such a organized and clean wardrobe. Yeah, so I just have like my basically work wear. Some like t-shirts and stuff like that I wear sometimes for work, but also just on a daily, like in the weekends and whatnot. But yeah, so it's more of a kind of cohesive wardrobe. And then down here, as I said, my jumpers, my sweatshirts and extra stuff. And I need to get rid of these. I do have some clothes in the like dirty clothes, so I'm not gonna get rid of them, but I'm gonna put them somewhere so they're not in the way. So look at that, it looks very nice. So this clothes decluttering, organization, refresh type of thing that I was doing is in 3 phases, as I said. So the first phase was to just go over the things that are already in my closet and just like do a very quick purge of things that I don't want. And that went very well, as I said, because I do this very regularly. And then the second phase was to organize and put everything like in their place, and that so it like it's easy for me to find everything. So that's done as well. And now I have the third phase. And that's kind of the most difficult one, I think. Yeah, so this is phase 3. Going through, these are things that were in my storage room. I think there might be a couple of more things down there. Oh my God, look at my living room. In that pile there, so I'm going to go through that one to see if there's any clothing items over there. But yeah, so that's phase number 3. It is to go through all of this and just, I mean, some of this is just clothes that I'm going to donate them because I don't want to keep them anymore. Some of the clothes are ruined and I'm going to donate them to that, like, where you can take ruined clothes so that none of this fabric ends up in the landfills, sorry. Some of this is just needs to be in a different place. Like this blanket, this weighted blanket, and this is like a backpack rain cover, like it doesn't need to be there. Some of this is just like super seasonal clothing, like woolen clothing that I just put away because it's not that cold anymore, or like super summery. And some of these are clothes that I want to keep, but they are just for a very specific use. So I have some super summery clothes that I use. I don't really use them here in Iceland, but I might use them when I go on a beach holiday to Spain or whatever. So, you know, so it's stuff I need. And definitely there are also going to be clothes in there that are too small, because apparently there are some monsters living in my closet shrinking all my clothes. So yeah, that's phase 3, going through all the extra clothing that I can find. So here I have a pile of clothes that I'm gonna get rid of, I'm gonna donate. And so this is kind of a mixture. Now I need to go through it again because it's a mixture of things that I love and definitely want to keep, but they are like for special occasions, like for a beach summer holiday or something and my woolen jumper and stuff like that. So I just need to find make a seasonal box or something of clothes. I also have stuff that I love, but I'm really not sure fit me anymore. And then there's probably things in here that I want to give away or donate. So this pile here is probably gonna get bigger because now I'm gonna try things on and organize this pile. So, Mario, we've got things ready. So I have now 2 full bags of clothing that I want to donate, or clothing that is has spots or is ripped or whatever. And then I have these piles here. Of course, I have this pile of fluff. And then I have, so these are just clothes that I decided I'm gonna keep because I realized I need some, some staining on the these are kind of like sweatpants. They're staining on them, and these t-shirts are just not my favorite. So I'm gonna keep them to wear for when I'm painting and stuff like that. And I might actually make this one into just like a few racks, because I want to do some staining of some of my wood. So it will be perfect to use this for that. I have some Christmas socks that just need to go into my Christmas boxes. I have these thermoware woolen that I use for skiing or sometimes hiking and being outside when it's cold. So I need to make a box for those type of clothing. Here I have summer clothes that are the type of summer clothes you cannot layer or wear all year round. Like some of these are just like bikini covers or whatever, and shorts and stuff like that you don't wear really ever in Iceland, but I want to keep them for my holidays and stuff like that. And then here, this is the pile of shame, I'm gonna call it, because these are clothing that basically don't fit me, except for this one. This is a beautiful Norwegian woolen sweater that actually belonged to my one of my grandparents. So I'm keeping that one. That's just like a family heirloom, really. And but the rest of it are clothing. Well, there's one sweater here that I really love. It's also a woolen sweater, beautiful, but there's a stain on it. I just need to figure out how to get that stain off, because it would be really sad. And it's like in a space, in a place like here, and so it's very obvious when I'm wearing it. So I don't like to wear it. But it's a beautiful sweater, and I really would want to keep it. And I also have another woolen sweater here that is like handmade, and it really was too small when I bought it, but I was in a hurry and I just kind of didn't really try it on properly and just bought it and then just left, and I can't return it because it just was in a store somewhere in the countryside that, yeah, you can't really return things. But I really want to I don't want to get rid of it just yet. Like I can wear it if I'm just keep it open. So but it's beautiful, handmade, real wool, just like perfect. But yeah. And then I have like this fleece sweater down there that I also really enjoy, but it's a little bit tight. And yeah, so all of these are just clothes that I really want to try and see if maybe, possibly, someday I might possibly fit in. We'll see. So just to finish off this decluttering, I just did a very quick dusting in the room. This wasn't a cleaning day really, but I figured I wanted things to look really nice and clean and fresh after all that decluttering. So I'm just wiping down everything. I'm putting these things back into my gym bag and giving the floor a good vacuum. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this, my first video here on this channel, and I really do hope that if you did, you will give it a like and possibly even consider subscribing to my channel. But apart from that, I hope to see you again. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.